Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishisha Shunyavadi Pashraita Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, I'm thinking maybe we can get to do this verse first before everybody joins, and then we can get started.
I just want to read for.
What is that, baby?
I just want to read for.
What did you say? I couldn't get it.
I just.
Okay. All right, let's just do one by one. You can all raise your hands and I'll call you. Param, go ahead, Param.
Sheshta Varnashama Vibhagasha Radhika Dharmasya Samsiddhi.
Okay, next one. Smriti, go ahead, dear.
Sheshta Varnashama Vibhagasha Sanishtitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritoshanam.
Beautiful. Next. Kabir, go ahead, dear.
Atapumvedvijasheshta Varnashrama Vibhagasha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam.
Good, very good. Samskriti, go ahead, dear.
Atapumvedvijasheshta Varnashrama Vibhagasha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam.
Okay, all right. So, today what I was thinking was, I will go through some of the key verses from today's, from various sessions, because we are going to end this particular theme, particular class, particular section, 3.16 from Srimad Bhagavatam. It is going to get, in today's class, we will complete it. So basically, I want you to kind of have an idea about the key verses, okay? Here, it talks about when one offends a devotee, he neglects the Lord himself. This is 3.16.2. It is said that Lord Narayana told the four Kumaras that Jay and Vijay had committed a great offense against them because of ignoring him. In other words, they were unaware of how dear the Brahmanas were to the Lord, and therefore the Lord considered their offense as a neglect to himself. So what are we learning from this? When one offends a devotee, he neglects the Lord himself. Okay, so it's very, very important. Would we neglect the Lord by any chance? If somebody is offending a devotee, it means he is neglecting who? He is neglecting the Lord. And that's not a good idea, isn't it? We always want to be under the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. So we don't want to disrespect anybody, right? If somebody says something bad to us, does it mean we have to behave bad in reciprocation? No. Even though they behave bad with us, we are supposed to not go to their extent. They are at a lower level. That doesn't mean we also go to that lower level, right? We always want to stay high, close to the lotus feet of the devotees and close to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So that is why even if somebody behaves mean to us, we are supposed to act in an appropriate way, which actually pleases the Lord and the devotees. Yes, Param, go ahead.
Mataji, I heard from a Prabhuji that you shouldn't often the devotees, even if they do wrong to you, because if you do a Vaishnava prad, you'll get, Krishna will go far away from you.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Here, this verse 3.16.2, what it says, an offense to a devotee is offense to the Lord himself, is a neglect to the Lord. So we'd have to be careful with it, okay? We cannot treat the devotees in the same way. We have to give respect to everybody for that matter. Then only that mood will be cultivated. And Samskriti has a question. Go ahead, Samskriti.
I was just gonna ask if you like say something bad to a person that's not a devotee, will Krishna still like stay away from you?
The thing is, what I wanted to tell you, Samskriti, there is that this mood is going to eventually be carried forward to devotees as well. Okay, so we have to be careful even with non-devotees, and these non-devotees will become devotees at some point in time. Aren't you going to offend a future devotee then? There's a logic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just stay calm and cool with everyone. Okay. Any other questions on this particular theme where we are have to be really careful
Mataji,
about?
I heard a story that they were like there was on Ekadashi, there was this person who used to give like millions and millions of cows when he used to give everyone things, and then a devotee offended him, so he the Lord sent his chakra at the devotee who offended him. So the person went to the Lord, can you please forgive me? I didn't mean. He said, go to the person who did Vaishnava Prad too. So he forgive.
Param, if you understand, even Ambrish Maharaj's story was like that only, right? Durvasa Muni, he committed offense against Ambrish Maharaj. And what did the Lord do? The Lord asked Ambrish Maharaj, Lord asked Durvasa Muni to go to Ambrish Maharaj. You better go to Ambrish Maharaj, fall at his lotus feet. I can't do anything about it. You have to get forgiveness from that devotee only. If you have committed any offense, go to that devotee to beg forgiveness from that devotee. So now, what did Durvasa Muni do? Durvasa Muni, he ran to Ambrish Maharaj to get forgiveness from him. So this is the point. If you are doing any kind of aparadh to any devotees, please go and ask forgiveness from that devotee, so that the mood of the devotees are very good. So they are always forgetful and they are always forgiving. So we should definitely make use of that opportunity to ask for forgiveness from them. Okay. Anyways, moving on. What is the other theme that we saw? If you look at verses 4 and 5, we saw the fact that when a devotee commits an offense, it's a scar on the Lord. What is a scar? A scar is a mark on the Lord, right? Yeah. Yes, Smriti, go ahead.
Mataji, I heard a story where there was once there was a Brahmana and he was reading the text of some Sanskrit verses, and then he said, I will personally come to give my devotee to my devotees. And then this Brahmana thought, no, he'll send his messengers. So he crossed it out and he wrote messengers on top. And then later,
The Arjunacharya story, right? Where the that's a great story. Correct. The Lord himself comes. So through these, I mean, I'm just going to read. Very good, Smriti. You had the right context and the relevant story in place. So I'm going to just read this key message. I mean, that's the purport that says, if a servant commits an offense, a master is considered to be ultimately responsible. Similarly, a devotee's bad behavior will reflect badly upon Lord Krishna. Therefore, all devotees should act in a way that Lord or his representatives are not blamed. What does this mean? So this means we are all into Krishna conscious movement, right? And when we are representing a movement, if we are doing any kind of activities which is not recommended by Srila Prabhupada, then it brings a bad name to ISKCON. Do you want to give bad name to ISKCON? No, right? For that, we have to behave in a way that Srila Prabhupada has taught us. So this is how we have to conduct ourselves. Sometimes our anathas may force us to do wrong things, but that time we have to really pray hard and get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna to bestow mercy upon us, so that we may try to do good activities. If something bad is committed, just we can't undo what we have done, but we can repent, isn't it? We repent means we feel bad about it, isn't it? Can we feel bad? Yes, Param, go ahead.
Mataji, You can mostly people who are envious, they see bad in others, and the people who are like good, they see good. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj sees good qualities in others and sees bad qualities in himself, and Duryodhana sees bad qualities in others and good qualities in him.
Yes, that is exactly right, Param. So that is exactly right. We have to see good qualities in others, but here we are talking about the fact of committing an offense which is a scar to the Lord. Okay. Again, enviousness does bother, because obviously if you're going to be envious, you start offending people. That's true. Okay. So we have to, I'm sorry. All right. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to see is a Vaishnava is already a Brahmana. What is Srila Prabhupada saying? The so-called Brahmana who's born in a family of Brahmanas but does not worship Krishna is not real Brahmana. A Brahmana understands Brahman, but the Vaishnavas understand the personality of Godhead. So the Vaishnava is automatically a Brahmana when Narayana glorifies these Brahmanas in this chapter. He is referring to his Brahmana devotees or the Vaishnavas. So Srila Prabhupada is making the point that, so here we see that the four Kumaras are glorified by the Lord, and the four Kumaras are Brahmanas. And here, Srila Prabhupada is saying, if you start worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, then this Brahmana also becomes a Vaishnava. Because the Vaishnava, he automatically, when he glorifies the Narayana or Krishna, what happens is, he also starts, he worships the Bhagavan form of the Lord, and he automatically, there is Brahman realization and Paramatma realization happening to this Brahmana. Okay, so this Brahmana becomes who? This Brahmana becomes a Vaishnava because he glorifies Lord Bhagavan, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the next point that that I'm going to talk about is 3.13.6. It is saying the Lord will protect and do anything to his realized devotee. The Lord Krishna has so much affection for his devotees that he is ready to give all protection, even if there is no need to cut. Even if there is a need to cut off the part of his body. Can you all believe this? Is it true, or is it not true? Can Lord cut off the part of the body and give it to a devotee if he needs them? And if, okay, Smriti, go ahead. Yeah.
Mataji, I think the Lord can do that because he can do anything. He can just grow back the arm in a millisecond.
Yeah, his body is so spiritual, right? For him, that's not. And the devotee is also not going to ask for his body or anything, right? We are not so mean to ask Lord, oh, please cut off a portion of the body and give it to us, right? That's not what a devotee would do. And then with regards to the Lord, the point that is being conveyed here is that the Lord is ready to do anything for the devotee. Imagine in the Kurukshetra war, the Lord was a charioteer. And this charioteer position is so mean, isn't it? If somebody is asked to be, see, you all grow up and you're all going to become a doctor or an engineer, or I don't know what do you all want to be? Mukund, can you tell me what you want to be? Mukund is nodding his head. I don't know if he listened. What do you want to be?
Mataji, can you ask the question again?
I know. What do you want to be? Like when you grow up, what do you want to be?
Mataji.
I don't know.
Okay, Param, go ahead.
Mataji, I would do a job that Krishna's happy with.
Oh, that's also a very broad answer. What is Krishna like? Okay, Mukund, that's nice.
An entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Oh, in what? What kind of entrepreneurship? You have any idea about it? Or it's just out in the winds?
Mataji, I would be an engineer.
You'll be an engineer. Okay.
Yeah,
What
because
about
in the Rath Yatra, if they need help, like engineers can help.
So sweet of you, Param. And how about Sudevi? Smriti? You guys are thinking. Kabir?
I don't know, cause like I think I might know, but I might have like I don't
Okay,
know.
Smriti, you think.
Mataji, I would either be a doctor or I would either start my own business.
Got you. That's clear. That's what I'm looking for. What do you want to be? That's all. It can change, okay? Of course, there's so many years from now to then, and so many things can change. You can change your ideas, you can change. But for now, what do you want to be? That's all I'm asking. Oh, Kabir wants to be a traveler. Okay, for that you have to earn money now.
Like
So
my
you
dad.
can just, huh?
Like my dad.
Like your
'Cause
dad.
he
Okay.
used to be a traveler and he used to be earning like so much money.
Oh, okay.
Like by doing nothing.
But what?
He didn't even have to do that much. And he got paid.
Oh.
That's why I want to work for his company, because his company basically pays him whatever he needs.
Okay, that's good. Atar, do you have any idea, dear?
I want to be a brahmacharya, Mataji, when I grow up.
Okay, so sweet, so sweet. Hari Hari, Hari Hari. Samskriti?
Probably a police officer.
Oh, scary.
Mataji, yesterday we were doing the platforms of bhakti. It's Grasta. Now it was like in Grasta, all the stages of life in the spiritual are Grasta, Brahmachari, Vanpras, and Sannyasi.
Oh, you are doing that course?
No, I'm just saying the stages.
Okay, okay. So Devi, go ahead. What do you want?
Mataji, I would like to go into army.
That's so scary. You're all so bold, yeah.
It's a very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
But Sudevi is fearless.
You need to be a good police officer.
Maybe you partner with Samskriti and you can, both attend the same school if you want.
Well, I'm not saying this to be mean, but it's dangerous. But a police officer.
Okay, come on, let's get on track. Okay, we are debating too much, but that's good. So many good. Now let's stop messaging. Also, it's kind of distracting me as well. So let's because it just pops up on the screen. Okay. So now coming back to a point, what we were talking about is the Lord will protect anybody. Okay. Anybody to do. Lord will do anything to protect his realized devotee. Okay, he can even give up his portion of the body. He was a charioteer to Arjuna. See, nobody here told me that you want to become a driver for somebody. Okay, nobody told me you want to become a Uber driver. Did somebody tell?
Uber driver?
Uber, there's this, you drive for someone.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever it is.
You only get that job if you're not very skilled.
See, the thing is, we don't aspire to become that. Bhagavan became that. What I meant to say was, Bhagavan can even stoop down to that level for a devotee. He was ready to do, this job is so demeaning, but even then he was ready to do it for Arjuna, for the love of Arjuna. This is what I wanted to convey. Okay. Now, the Lord sets the example of how to treat and worship the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, which is what is conveyed in 7, 9, and 23. The Lord expressed his affection for the Brahmana devotees, considering that his lotus feet has become sacred just because he is the servant of his devotees. This is again humility of the Lord. Okay, we just need to understand the fact that the Lord wants to give respect to the devotees and Vaishnavas. And then the final theme I wanted to tell you was about the Lord considers the Brahmanas and the cows to be his own body. That is why we should always respect them, treat them with good care and nicely behave to them, do all sorts of things, that is respectfully to them. It could be giving gifts to them, it could be giving prasadam to them, then getting prasadam from them. It could be all sorts of these loving exchanges that you can do with a devotee, and never offend a devotee. As Param also brought up this good point, if you're envious, then there are high chances of you offending a devotee. Okay, so we should only look at the good qualities as much as possible, praise them for their good qualities, see their connection with Krishna. When you see their connection with Krishna, then that envy would go. Okay, at least try to view that point. Okay, yes. Now coming to our story today. Okay, I'll just go through this slide in 5 minutes time. Because after that you'll be getting into the moral story section and I don't want to disturb you. Okay, so now this verse of today, it's talking about the fact that whatever reversal comes to you, it's just nothing but the mercy of the Lord. Okay, so it's giving us an example about Haridas Thakur, who was published at the hands of Kasi by being beaten up in 22 marketplaces. Similarly, Jesus Christ was also crucified. And Prahlad Maharaj, he went through so many tribulations. At all points in time, these devotees of the Lord, they never forget Lord. They always think, oh, if they are beaten, no problem, it's Lord's mercy. And Jesus Christ, he was crucified. He was again a good example of how to think about the Lord during troubled times. Prahlad Maharaj, so many atrocities were caused by his own father Hiranyakashipu, but still he went through all these trials and tribulations and always thought about the lotus feet of the Lord. The Pandavas were the direct friends of Krishna. What all happened to them? They lost their kingdom, their wife was insulted, they had to undergo many tribulations, and in all these times, were they disturbed? They were not at all disturbed. So one should understand that in these matters, there must be some plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we start deriving lessons from what has happened to us, that is the best way we look at a problem. Okay, so this has happened to me. Now we can't change the situation, isn't it? Something happens. Okay, but you can't change the situation. It's already happened. But what you can learn from it, that is something that Srila Prabhupada is teaching us through this purport. So there's some plan of the Lord. So we have to learn about Lord's plan by deriving lessons out of that particular situation. Now, Bhagavatam's conclusion is that a devotee is never disturbed by such reverses. He accepts even reverse conditions as a grace of the Lord. He always thinks to be mercy of the Lord. And he continues to serve the Lord in reversal conditions and assured he is going to go back to Godhead. Lord Brahma assured the demigods that there was no use in talking about how disturbing situation of darkness was taking place, since the actual fact was that it was ordered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma knew this, that he was a great devotee. It was possible for him to understand the plans of the Lord. So now these two people are going to go to the material world. Jay and Vijay are going to come to this material world and be demons. And this is going to cause darkness to this material world. But Brahma thought, some plan of the Lord is there. That is why he's doing what he's doing. So we definitely have to understand Lord's plan and go with the Lord's plan so that we are not troubled by it. This is the perception or the thinking, the way with which Brahma thought about this incident. Are you all able to understand these points, dear kids? What is being talked about here, just to kind of summarize, is that whatever happens in our life is nothing but it's happening due to the mercy of the Lord. This is the devotee's perception or way of thinking. So this way he understands or derives the conclusion or lessons out of the reversals that has happened to him in his life. And the second point we are learning is that Brahma, being the pure devotee of the Lord, he is able to understand the Lord's plan. Okay, and that is why he is saying, oh, whatever the disturbing situation is, the actual fact is it is ordered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there's definitely he's assuring the demigods, no, there is going to be no problem with this. Okay. All right, kids, are you all clear with these concepts?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji.
Okay, good job, dear kids. So we will conclude today's class now, and then I'm going to have Charu Mataji take over. So she
Mataji, can
can.
you say something?
What is that, dear?
I heard from a Prabhuji, the same Prabhuji I was telling you. The Prabhuji was saying that Brahma's 50 years old. When Brahma's 50 years old, and when Brahma leaves his body, he the whole world like will stop. But usually the whole world's creator is Krishna, but Brahma's the second creator. The Vishnu is the first.
Yes.
And I also wanted to share when Brahma takes a breath, all the universes that go are.
Wait, I have something to say. You know why we say God, G-O-D? G stands for generator, which is Brahma. O stands for operator, which is Lord Vishnu, and D stands for destroyer, which is Lord Shiva.
Ah, so sweet. Thank you, dear Kabir. And Param, you. Okay,
Yeah.
Param, what was the point that you were trying to say?
Like the universes that go in Vishnu's place are, it's okay, but when he exhales, the Kali Yuga gets even more. You have to wait in the line even more. So we have to go. Prabhupada said whenever we say.
Okay, dear. Yeah, Mataji is here. Let's just give respect to her time as well. And maybe after her class or something that you want to share with your friends, you can do. Okay. Thank you, Param, for educating all of us. I appreciate it. Mataji, you can take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear kids. How are you all?
I'm good, Mataji.
Very good.
Mataji.
Excited for the vacation, winter vacation?
Yes, Mataji.
Tomorrow, mine's just, so I'm not gonna be at school tomorrow because I need to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow because I'm doing a flight.
I'm taking a car to New Vrindavan.
I'm flying to Florida.
Oh, wow. So good.
Mataji.
Please write diaries, okay? Or write everything, whatever you do or whatever you see. I mean, keep a journal and then we will all discuss when we come back from vacation. Okay? So everyone, the school is off from Monday?
Yes, Mataji.
No, Mataji. I think it goes till the end of the week for me. Like, I think it starts from Friday for me.
Me, it starts on Friday and it ends on January 4th.
Mataji, mine starts next week on Wednesday.
Oh,
That means yours must end at January 11th, and mine's gonna end.
Mine is way before January 11th, like 10 days before.
Yeah, no, yours is my vacation is starting at today. Sorry, not today. Tomorrow.
Wait, so come here. When does it end?
Yours is starting from next Friday.
No, we're starting from Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday or whatever, I think.
Mataji, I'm gonna go to New Vrindavan with Mukund.
Mataji, you're muted and your video is off.
okay.
Yeah, Mataji.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, I know everybody is excited. Maybe we will. Last week we couldn't take time towards the end to talk about New Vrindavan. I know Kabir and Param wants to discuss it. Let's see if we have time today towards the end of the class, and we will take some time to discuss. Okay, so let's get started with today's story. The first story is Blind Men and the Elephant. I know everybody is aware of it, so I thought we will do something different today. Does anybody know the story?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So what we will
Mataji,
do is let's take turn. Okay, let's take
Mataji,
turn and then try to see what's the story is all about. And then towards the end, we will see what's the moral is. Okay, we can do that.
Mataji,
Yes.
I'm gonna need to go off the meeting right now
Okay.
because I need to leave right now.
Yes.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Mataji, bye.
Hare Krishna. Have a great vacation.
You
Have a
too.
yeah,
See you,
thank you.
Kabir. See you.
Bye, Param.
Okay, let's get started. So who wants to go first? Who knows the story?
Not me.
Mataji, I think I heard of it.
Mataji, I know the story.
Okay, you want to
Yeah,
start?
Mataji, I think I know the story.
Okay, we will see. If there are any changes, I will prompt
Mataji,
now
can I
and
guess?
then.
Mataji, can
Yeah,
I guess?
Mataji, yeah, I know the story.
Mataji, can I
What?
guess?
Start, Mukund. You want to start?
Okay, Mataji. So there were 5 blind men, and they one day they wanted to go to the zoo to see what an elephant looks like, but they were blind, so they couldn't actually see.
Hmm.
So when they went, one of the staff members of the zoo guided them to the elephant, and then the one of the person touched the trunk of the elephant, and he thought the trunk was like was like a snake or something. I
Yeah,
think
wait.
it was like a
Okay,
snake.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. Let's pause here and then let's move on. And we will come back, okay? We will come back. Param, you want to go next?
Mataji, I'll give a guess.
Okay.
So after he thought it was snake. I think he got like scared, and he told the other 5.
You're muted.
Yeah, Mataji, I that was just my guess.
Oh,
That's
okay. Yes, Smriti.
And then one blind man went to the legs and said, "Oh, these look like pillars. So maybe this is some kind of house, tree, sorry."
Okay. Who wants to go next? Any more guesses? Sudevi, Kushi, any guesses or can I go? I can't
Oh,
hear Sudevi.
Mataji, I just wanted to correct myself. Actually, when he touched the tail, then he thought that the tail was like a snake, and not the trunk actually.
agree with Muk.
Okay. Yeah, the story is almost like that. It's like that there were like 6 blind men, and they were in the village, and they couldn't see, right? So all their knowledge they gained by listening to people who visit the village, like whatever they are discussing, and it so happened that they had the visitor in that village. So and they were talking too good about the elephant. You know what? There is a king over there, and the king has an elephant, and the princess always rides on an elephant. It was like more than anything, they were talking about the elephant for a long time. And these blind men were so curious, and they really wanted to get to know more about this elephant. So what they did was they had this request, and this request went to the king, and the king said, "Okay, let them come, and of course they can't see. Let them come and have whatever they wanted to do. Let them come." And one person went, and what he did was he did touch the like the main part of the body, like this. If you see this person. So he went and he touched the sides of the elephant. And he said, oh my God, it's so vast and it's so huge. This elephant is just like a wall. No, it's just like a wall. It's so vast and huge and it's strong too. And then another person came. And then he came and he touched the flappy ears. And he said, oh, this is so soft and it is so flappy and it is also thin. This is a fan. And the next person came, he came and then he touched the trunk and he said, oh yeah, this is so soft, this is so long, and this should be something like a slithery thing. So I think this is so nice. The elephant is this? Oh, this is what the elephant is? He went back and then he said to the remaining 5 blind men. The other men came, oh, it's soft and it's thin. Let me go and give a check. And he came, he touched the tusk. The tusk was so soft, but the tusk had a sharp point edges. He said, oh, this is so sharp. This is like the teeth. This is maybe they use this for piercing something. And then one person came, the final person came, and he then touched the tail. Oh, this tail, this is thin, long, and it also has a flat. There are some hairs towards the end. Oh yeah, this would be something like a snake. So what happened was everybody, when they gathered together again, they all came. Param, do you want to add anything?
Mataji, I think they're all gonna say this the first guy thought something different about the I think they're gonna test like something different and then say that it's not like in the first one it stated that this like hard as a wall and then like soft, but then like everyone, all 6 men are gonna say something different but a different stuff.
Yeah, they all came. They all gave different opinion of how the elephant is. But we know, right? People who see the elephant, they know what they are talking about. They know that this is not a wall, neither this is a tree, neither this is a snake. No, we don't know. We know what they are talking about because they are blind. They are not aware of how this elephant looks. They all came with a different opinion. So what their moral is, everybody will have different opinion. You know, if we don't know anything, we can come up with our own opinion, but it is not right unless we inquire about it, unless we know completely about it. We should take time and inquire and ask more details about it before we come up with our own assumptions. So that's what they say. Whenever we find ourselves at odds with others, we should be humble and recognize our limitations of knowledge, our need for other perspective, and trust that others may grasp truth that we do not. Right? We should not just think that whatever we think is right. We should always have this benefit of doubt. I mean, is it what I'm saying, what I'm thinking? Is it right? Is it what it is? There should be some benefit of doubt just to confirm ourselves, yes, we have a right understanding. Is that okay? I thought this story everybody knows, so I was thinking actually you all discuss and I will learn from you. Okay, let's go to the next story. It's called as The Fertile Land. So once there was a village. It was definitely a flourishing village, and everybody was so happy in that village because they don't have any regrets. Whenever they want, rain comes, whenever there is no scarcity of food, they were living happily. Except for one man, he was always distressed. Nothing could pacify him. He was always lonely, and he couldn't even think what to do, what he want to do. So what he did was, okay, he couldn't find happiness anywhere, and he was all alone by himself. And what he did was, he does not want to go on, prolong this. What he did was, he came to a nearby lake. He thought, okay, I'm not happy in this world. Let me try to end it. I don't want to go through more distress. So in the lake, when he was about to jump, it was in the night time, we will see the reflections, right? So there was a reflection of him in the lake. But he was surprised to see there is one more reflection. There is one more person. Is there another person near me? I thought I'm always alone. Nobody wants to talk with me. Nobody is there to even support me. Who is this other person? So he asked, who are you? What are you doing here? And he asked that. This person name is Amar. Okay. And he asked the angel, what are you doing in this night time? I'm always alone. What are you trying to do here? The angel said, I'm a well-wisher of everyone. May I know what you are trying to do? In this so beautiful night, everybody is having a lovely time with their family. But I see you are the only person depressed in this whole village. So I'm just curious what's happening in you. So he said, you know what? No, I'm not happy. Yeah, you guessed it right. I'm not at all happy. But I'm happy to see that you are asking me this question. Until now, there was nobody who was ready to even talk to me. That's okay. She said, that's okay. But why are you trying to end it? There is so much of wealth in this village, and there is prosperity here. And I seem to be that everybody is happy here. What is that bothering you? He said, oh no, there is nothing here. I can't find any happiness. There is nothing to do here. So this angel asked, why don't you do some work? Work? Who will give me some work? Moreover, I'm all alone. No, what? Well, I don't have any work to do, and nobody is even ready to give me any work. So what will I do? So, okay, why don't you grow something in this fields? See, there is a barren land here, and you can make utilize of this. So why don't you do something here? So he said, Amar expressed his concern again, stating his poverty. You see, I don't have any money. What will I do in the barren land? I can't even make it fertile. I can't do anything. Why are you keep on asking me the same question? And this, moreover, this field is hard to plow. How can I do all alone by myself? And you see, everybody in the nearby fields, they all have like a tractor, and they have some equipments, and they have some men helping them. How can I do all by myself? No. Said, oh, you know what? I have something for you. There is a hidden treasure in this field. So if you plow, you will definitely get some treasure, and with the treasure, you will be very happy. And this man, he couldn't believe what he's hearing. What? A treasure inside this barren land? I didn't know all these years. Oh, is it? Then what he did? He started plowing. He started from dawn, from the next day morning, from dawn, he was plowing that field. He was trying to look for that hidden treasure. Every spot, he literally tried to check whether there is a hidden treasure. He was doing this for a whole day. Finally, the sun set. He couldn't find the treasure at all. And then he realized, oh, it became dark. And then he realized, oh, that angel, you lied to me. You lied to me. There is nothing here. You're making fun of my poverty. Just because there is no one to ask any question, you are playing this game with me. And then happily she was smiling. And then she said, now that you have already digged the field so well, I have come here to give you the key for the treasure. So what is that key is? Any guesses?
Seeds to some vegetable or flower.
Very good, Samskruti. Yeah. So she gave something. She said, now take this. Now that you have already done most of the work, now take it. And then what he did? The next day morning, he literally sowed all those seeds with the sticks. He literally sowed all those things. And then after some days, it sprouted, and he started watering that, and it was like now he is so happy. It was just a barren land, and now he can see some sprouts. He was taking care of his fields like his life and soul. He was so attached to it, and he every day from dawn to dusk he used to take care of this field. And soon the plant also started growing, and this job became very close to his heart. He became passionate about it, and soon the time came that he started eagerly waiting for the harvest. And they did harvest. So what happened? It started producing grapes, and the quality was grapes was highly appreciated by people in and around. And from long distance, people used to come here to get the grapes, and they were not reluctant to pay high price, because the quality of grapes was so good, it was so sweet, and it does not get rotten very quickly. So they were ready to pay more price to get these grapes. So because of this, soon this man became very rich. But he still, every day he will come to this field, he used to take care of it. So his life was going like that. He was very happy, and now the lonely man became a rich man. And the angel came and asked, so Amar, did you find the treasure? So what did the Amar say?
Yes, he did find his treasure because he started to basically do a business with grapes,
Mm-hmm.
which gave
Yeah,
him money and happiness.
yeah. So what he did was he ran to the fields and he got good bunch of grapes. He said, "Thank you so much. Now I know what the real happiness is. Now I have purpose for my life and there is meaning to it. Thank you so much for making my life fruitful. And these grapes are for you." So that's all the story is about. So the angel said, "That's true. Once we start digging, the seeds will naturally sprouts. The moral line is also something very close to this. What they say is, the mercy of Guru and Krishna will grow bhakti only if our heart is prepared. We are listening so many stories, we are doing many devotional service, but we should be open to receive what Guru and senior devotees and Krishna is ready to offer, right? He was not doing anything, but once he got a clue that there is some treasure within the fields, he got so curious. So once he started doing something, he started digging, he literally paved way for something to grow. So similarly, we should also be open. It can be anything, devotional, it can be primarily devotional service, and it can also be like every day-to-day activities. We should be open to new ideas, new suggestions. We can't be like a fixed mindset. We learned it from school, right? We have to have like a growth mindset. We have to be open to receive any comments or suggestions. So our life will be definitely prosperous. You all like the story?
Yes, Mataji.
You're all so silent today. Okay, let's move on to the next one. It's called Troublesome Cock. Why is this cock so troublesome? Let us see. It's another farm, and there is a big house in that community, okay, in the farm. And who was staying there? An old lady was staying there. She used to take care of this. She was all by herself. But an old lady can't maintain the farm, right? And she also has a big house. So she got some support. From whom? The maids. There were maids for every other activity, for taking care of the house, for doing some work in the farm, to give her meal. So the whole lady was really having a good life, happy life, as the maids were supporting her. And it so happened, like, the schedule is such a way, like, the cock, the cock, what it does to do, when does the cock wake up in the morning? Any idea? Does anybody knows about it? 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. Yeah, sometime around early in the morning, like, have you ever heard, like, early in the morning, I'm not sure if you have heard it here, but in the countryside, and even when we go back home, it will be like the cock is the one who's giving like an alarm. Only the cocks wake up like 5 o'clock, and the crows will wake up. When we grew up, it was like that, and then the crow will wake us up like 6:15, something around that time. So we know that if the crows are there, then the time is like 6:50. So she was relying on this. She does not have any alarm or anything to get started her day. She was relying on this cock. So every morning the cock will wake her up. Okay? And it'll be too early, right? 5, it'll be too dark. But the old lady, she will not mind. As soon as she hears the cock crocking, she will wake up. And what she will do after waking up? She has to do all the other activities, right? But she can't do all the other activities by herself. So what happens? She will also wake the maids. So the maids will also wake up around so early in the morning. And the day the day gets started early for them too, not only for the old lady, but even for the maid. So they used to start their own chores. What if they are washing, if they are cleaning, if they are cooking. The day starts early. And once the day starts, they will never get rest. It's like back to back. They always have some work to maintain the farm, to maintain the house, to take care of the old lady, in case if she falls sick. It's like they were feeling, they were back and forth, they were working for this maid, and they were working tirelessly. And soon they became, it's like they couldn't take it anymore. And it's like always working, we are working, and why do we have to wake up so early in the morning? So they were just thinking about it. Why do we have to wake up so early? Anyway, whole day we are cleaning, we are taking care of the house, we are taking care of the farm, old lady, we are doing everything. And they felt that they are not getting enough sleep. And they all gathered together and they all had a discussion, and they came to a conclusion that the sole reason why our day is not going right is because of that cock. If the cock is not waking up early, the old lady will not wake up. If the old lady doesn't wake up, even we don't have to wake up early. Sometimes it does happen, right? Sometimes we feel that we didn't get enough sleep, and whole day we will be like cribbing, we will be waiting when to hit the bed in the night. Does it ever happen to anyone? No? Yes? No! Everybody gets good sleep. That's so nice. I always wait. Like, if afternoon comes, I'll always wait. Oh, when is the day going to get over? I'll be eagerly waiting to hit the bed. So I think these maids are also like me. So what they did was they came up with a plan. They said, we have to do something about the cock. The cock is giving very hard time to us. So what can they do with the cock?
lock it up in some place and it's like,
So if you lock it up, the cock, whatever it makes a sound, you think that you can't hear?
unless there's like screaming.
Have you ever heard how the croc is cooking? It's just that
They
in
are
our
super
place,
loud.
huh?
They are super loud.
Super loud. Actually, when with the place where I stayed when I was young, it's like for the whole community, it used to act like an alarm, not for just one house. You know, we never know where there it is, but we used to hear that sound. So you can't just lock it up in one room and then feel happy about it. So what they did was they killed the cock. They said, only if this cock is there, we have to go through all this trouble. And they couldn't think up with any other plan how to get rid of the cock. So they did, and they made a food out of it, and they all had it, enjoyed it in the day. So the poor cock, they had to end their life, in its life because of this mates. So next day, what happened? Because the old lady was totally relying on this cock, she woke up late and she was thinking about it. Oh my God, why did this cock did not wake me up? My whole day, my schedule is getting spoiled because of this. I have to do something about it. Now, old lady came up with a plan. What is the plan? So next day, what happened was she was always looking out. Okay, normally I wake up early. Whenever I wake up, there will be dark and outside, and I used to see the moon. So she said, I don't have keep time clock to check really the time what it is. So what happened? She woke up early in the morning, like 3 o'clock. When owl and other creatures were hunting around, she woke up so early. And what happens when the old lady wakes up? The maids have to wake
I have to wake up.
Yeah. So the maids also has to wake up. And soon after they wake up, what they have to do? They have to start their chores. Whatever they have been doing all these days, and it doesn't not matter. They can't go and explain this to the old lady. No. So once they are awake, they have to start their day. And what happened because of this? They were like,
They were working more.
they were working more and crying more. Why? See, until yesterday, they were waking up only at 5 a.m. At least they were able to sleep till 5 a.m. Because of their intelligent solution. Now they are waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning. So they have lost their 2 hours of sleep. Right?
Yes.
Once they have left
Yes.
that poor cock, at least, okay, they will get to the schedule. One day they will start accepting, at least they will get 2 hours of additional sleep. Now, whatever was there in their hand, even that is lost. And we never know at what time the old lady will wake up tomorrow. So they said, oh my God, what did we do? We made a blunder. It's a terrible mistake. We shouldn't have done this. And they repented for their action. That is all the story. So, any guess for the moral?
Don't try to cheat.
Don't do something without thinking about all the solutions, all the outcomes.
Yeah. Okay, it's getting late. Maybe try to finish it. So, just like the way we used to hear the proverb, like as you sow, so you reap. So, what are we trying to reap? It's just like that. So, whatever we plant, whatever we think, our brain is just like a garden. So, whatever we sow, that's what we are going to reap. So, seed it with hope, positive energy, good manners, and creativity. And irrigate with faith, hard work, and good company. So we should always be cautious of our thoughts, action, and deeds. And definitely, good company does matter, because show your friends, I will show your enemy. I will tell about you, right? So the company association also matters. So we should be always cautious, because whatever we do, we are going to repay it back. So let's better do good. So that is all we have for this week. I think we went little over time. Yeah, but thank you so much, kids. Thank you so much for patiently listening to the story. Does anybody want to add any comments? Cuckoo, yeah. Before we close for the day? No? Okay, no problem. Have a great winter break. Enjoy your days, and we'll all meet next year. Okay? And keep us posted. How did you celebrate your winter vacation? Okay? Thank you so much. Mataji, are you there? Induleka Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Mataji. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyeva cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrind ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai, Her Grace Charu Mataji ki jai. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Thank you.